So I want to talk a little bit more about my struggles, not because I really want to, not because I want a pity party, um, just because I want to really use this channel, not just for funny video games. As I said, I want to talk more about my struggles and I want to hear about other struggles, not because, you know, it's more so because I want to help people struggling with whatever depression, anxiety, panic attacks, uh, just basics, just everyday stuff like dealing with poor family situation. Um, I don't know if I said depression yet, but that's another one coming out to family, friends, uh, and I grew up a Christian as well. Um, I've joked a lot about religion. I'm not really part of a church anymore. I don't really have a system. I know a lot of my friends do, which I think is cool. I don't hate religion. I just hate the people, the religious zealots that think it's cool to hate on people. But enough of that. I want to talk about my struggles with two different things. One being anxiety, my struggle leaving the house, having these panic attacks, and that's part number two. The just being in large groups of individuals, gatherings, whether they were family or just one particular situation was at a cast party and it boiled before that. Before the last show, my junior or sophomore year of high school, it was a play, Cinderella, something to do with Cinderella, but it was really just a rip off. You know, I didn't really have a big part because, again, I struggle speaking publicly. I struggle talking just to a camera. I struggle just playing games, just talking, because I grew up having to take a speech class in kindergarten all the way up to 4th grade. I struggled with talking to people just out of that speech class. I struggled with a lot. I didn't have many friends growing up. I didn't have many friends in high school. But it was a lot of overwhelm. I I love stage. I love theater. I love improv, and of course, one of my dreams is to become an improv comedian. I love the improv games. I, I love just making people's day. That is my goal. I love trying to just get people to laugh. I think if we all focused on making people laugh, this world would be a little bit better. But I also know that I struggle with public speaking. Simple words I would trip up on. Remembering lines, which again, my anxiety just drives my brain. It could be a simple line, and my brain would go completely blank. But another thing is, my anxiety drives me away from really conversating with people. And I basically broke down crying my sophomore year, the last show. Really before that as well, and a couple other shows, just I don't know what it was. I just became overwhelmed. Even though I even though I had very small amount of lines that year, I could not do it. I don't like. I didn't really know who I was as a sophomore. And really, I'm still struggling with that. Not knowing who really I am as a person, as a friend, of which I failed many people. Just, I got overwhelmed because there was a lot of people that were there. A lot of people tried to get me to calm down. I just couldn't do it. And I went to the cast party, even though I was going to go home. I had made plans to go home. It was a last second effort by a couple people just to get me to go to the cast party. So we drive up to this little center. We have a nice cast party. One of my former friends in high school was a DJ. They did a good job at DJing as well, playing different songs, EDM, common pop songs, common rock songs, whether modern or older. But for the life of me, I broke down. I cried in the corner. And people were wondering where I was. And I think the song was The Electric Slide. They wanted everyone to participate. The directors, who really were the nicest people. I can't say enough great things about them. I don't know if they want me to use their name, so I'm not going to. The nicest people. I've run into both of them quite a few times over the last 10 years, when I was working or whatnot. But I was crying in the corner. People had told them, I think, that I was crying in the corner. I had one other person before that come over just to try and calm me down. I had tears running down my shirt. I was a mess. I had mascara running down because you have to wear makeup on stage. And I just could not pull myself together. Gets me emotional just thinking about it. And I just couldn't do it. They talked to me. They calmed me down. We went to dance, and I tried to talk to as many people as I could. I just couldn't do it. I went back to the corner. I completely blacked out. I could not think. I just wanted to leave. It was about an hour later. Got picked up. Went home. Cried again. And I missed the next 5 days of school because I just couldn't pull myself together. A lot of people just, I don't know what got over me. I just physically couldn't pull myself together. I did a theater class in high school. There were some days I just couldn't pull myself together. Not in the sense that I cried, but I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to read plays. We had the Oscar Wildes. We had, I believe it was Edgar Allan Poe. We had someone else. We had 3 different stories. I think it might have been Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. I just didn't want to. I physically would go vomit before lunch. And during and after. There were just different days that I would just vomit from being nervous. And when I had to leave the class, because we had these sort of semi-regular Fridays that we would host a class teaching improv games, and I don't know why I signed up for so many that I tried to teach myself to become more outgoing than I really am. As much as I love improv, I threw up pretty much just regularly when I did that, and I didn't tell anybody. That's what hurt myself the most, because I would shut people out. I'd shut people away. I just held my head down during lunches. Just ate my lunch, which really just resulted in Ritz crackers and a soda, which also is not the healthiest lunch, if you couldn't tell. And just different games like press conference, party quirks. I tried to suck it up, and there were some good days, but the good never outbalanced the bad. And even in solo and ensemble, during concerts, during solos, during our annual cabaret, I think I only performed like twice, and one of them, I just couldn't remember words. I basically blanked, and I still get panic attacks, whether I go out shopping, whether I beforehand go to my doctor's appointments, whether I even get on videos. Well, I don't even have to be in front of this camera right here. When I play games, when I'm trying to record, there's points where I do vomit beforehand. There's points where I just am groggy, don't want to be associated with the channel, even though I know I love it. I love doing this, and it's tough because I know I'm gonna stutter, and I scare myself, and I do this so I can help myself, but I also want to make everyone else have a happier life. And I fail more times than not doing that because I push so many people away from myself, from me being greedy or just different disagreements that I put upon myself, and I overthink things. And it hurts. It hurts. My heart hurts.